Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White, and this comes up all the time, unfortunately. Yeah, somebody will give me a call and say, "Hey, my lawyer did something unethical. What do I do?" That's it's a sad question to have to be asking, because that's a person in my field who should have been helping you, right? That's a person that you brought in for expertise and assistance with what is already almost always a really scary situation, right? If you're calling an employment attorney, it means your livelihood is generally at risk, which means the way that you shelter your family, feed yourself, keep yourself housed, keep yourself clothed, keep yourself able to receive medical care, right, is at risk, which is terrifying. And as the world changes and as things get kind of weirder in 2021 and more uncertain and all that, it's less and less certain that folks are going to be able to find replacement jobs. Sometimes when they lose their jobs, sometimes they can be out of work for a while, and that can be super scary. And the government's not doing so great, and we saw them fumbling with like benefits and unemployment. They were really, we have a video on how poorly they administered the unemployment benefits, right? Many states have been taken for rides, like just completely scammed out of billions upon billions upon billions of dollars, right? And that kept help from getting to the people who needed it. So if you're contacting someone in my industry, it's not a good day, right? If you're seeing this face, odds are you had a sleepless night. You're like, what is going on? This is horrible. People are discriminating against me. People are sexually harassing me. People are trying to fire me on the basis of my reasonable accommodations. They're trying to rob me of my overtime or not pay me my wages or steal my profit share. Like, there's so many things that could be going on, right? And to have, on top of all that, your attorney start getting up to no good, whew, not religious, but God help you. I pity the person in that situation. And I get these calls, and they say, "Hey, well, here's what my attorney's doing," and it can be anything. They lied at mediation, or they're making up documents, or they told me I have to settle my case, or else they're gonna do X, Y, and Z to me, or like on and on and on and on, and or they just didn't work the case at all. That's the scariest one. It happens all the time. Yeah, they signed my case up, and then nothing happened. What? Nothing happened? What do you mean? Yeah, they just didn't do anything. 2 years went by, my statute of limitations got blown, and I got nothing now. What do I do? Right? Well, the first thing you do is you don't wait 2 years. You got to check in with your attorneys early and often. You got to stay on top of them, right? Especially if you go with a more budget option. To some extent, you get what you pay for in this field. So you're going to want to stay on top of them. Check in. You should be getting an update at least monthly. We do monthly updates. And we return calls very quickly, right? We have a 24-hour callback guarantee, but generally speaking, you're going to get a call back in about 2-3 hours if you call for your attorney. And if your attorney can't return your call that day, you're going to get a placeholder call from a paraprofessional or some other attorney at the firm, and then get to talk to your attorney in the next 24 hours. So, stay in touch. Stay on top of them. Be aware. I know that your perspective might be, no. I hired this person so I wouldn't have to do that. I get it. But if your person didn't come through a personal referral from someone very savvy who you trust, or isn't really known as like the best of the best in their industry, at that point, I don't really think you can say, "Oh, I just hired somebody to take care of this. I don't need to stay on top of it." It's not going to work. It's not going to work out for you. Be on top of them. Be in communication. Be aware. And that's how you're going to know that things are going awry. And once you see things going awry, once you start to get worried about what your attorney's doing or not doing, you need to document. Get things in writing. Send emails. Save voicemails. Save text messages. Save everything. Save letters. Save everything. If something happens and it wasn't in writing, sit down, jot down a journal entry, date it, timestamp it, save it. if you can get a professional timestamp, like sending yourself an email, getting a timestamp by a server that a third party runs, all the better, right? And then what you need to do, if you're a specific attorney, let's say you're working with an associate or a partner at a law firm, right? And they're doing something or not doing something, and it's making you very uncomfortable. Well, you need to contact someone up the chain of command of that firm, right? You need to say, hey, I'm working with so-and-so, and she or he, I don't know, it's not going. Here's what's happening, and we got to talk about this and get it on writing. Because up the chain of command, those attorneys at that law firm are responsible for what the people below them are doing and the partners next to them are doing, right? They're responsible. And that is something a friend of the channel, David, emailed me about, and he's like, oh, you should talk about respondeat superior, right? And he's right. He's right, because that's a really good way to shake the tree and say, hey, bad things are happening. Fix this. And the people up the chain or the other partners in the firm are going to have responsibilities to make sure that things happen correctly in your case. They can't let their partner just run around and engage in unethical behavior if they know about it. They need to take action. They have affirmative duties to take action to protect you, protect your claims, and protect the ethical standards of our industry. So do that if you're dealing with the head of a firm. If there are no superiors, no partners, maybe not even any associates that you can speak to at that firm besides the person who is potentially doing something wrong, you're going to have to talk to an ethics committee. You're going to have to call your state's bar association and get information about how you contact the ethics committee. And you're going to have to get that moving ASAP, right? Really quick. It's going to be super important. I hope this helps. Now, I suspect this video is going to sit around and get almost no views for a really long time. And then one day, 10 months from now, somebody's going to need this advice and they're going to Google it, find the video, and watch the video. And I hope it actually helps them. Hopefully, very few people ever need this video. Unfortunately, I think maybe lots of people will end up needing this video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to track the comments on the video. So if you have questions, right, you're going to have specific instances that you want, like, hey, what's this? Let's talk about this. Can you help me with this? Is it okay that she or he did this? Yeah. Throw it generically without identifying characteristics in the comments below. I'll track the comments. I'll try to respond to you. I'll try to give you kind of a tailored talk about, like, okay, well, that might be okay, but that's probably not. And here's what you should probably do in this situation. Okay? I'll do my best. If I get overwhelmed, if there's too many of them, forgive me. This is a free service. I'm doing it as a gift. I think it's important, though. I think it's important that people get the help they need and that we hold us, the attorneys, who are trying to be the ones, who are holding ourselves out as the ones like, oh, I'm going to help you. I'm your superhero. I'm going to fight for you, right? Well, okay. Great. That's tremendous. Now do it and do it right. We have to be held accountable, right? So again, I'll check the comments down below. Like and subscribe. It helps me to help more people just like you. I hope everybody's safe and happy, and I hope you don't need this video. And if you do, I'm sorry, but follow the steps.